So I'll create the user with the same example today, like bench user 1 with this following roles: client admin role and security admin role, and let's see whether it is appearing in the report or not as per our rule set. So NW, okay, I need to log in into backend system and then create the user. So this is GRC 100, which we are treating as GRC system. So let me go back to backend system, which is GRC 200. Yeah. So now creating the user ID. And before creating, let me create the roles first. So I'm creating a security role with the following T codes. So I'll go with the document along with the document. So these T codes I am putting, inserting security admin role with the P of UD. Okay, security role is ready. And one more, which is for client admin. So these are the T codes I added as per the document. Just for your reference, I'm creating the same example as per the document. Okay, so the two roles are ready. Now let us create the user ID. Create. Yeah. So this is the data what I created in GRC 200 system. Now, so whenever you are doing any changes in the backend system, ensure that you are going to GRC system only after running the sync job, because these are the new updates in the GRC 200 system. We need to run the sync job for the updates to sync into GRC system. So let us go and run the sync job first. So which type of sync job I should run now? Anyone? How many types are there and which type of sync job? Which sync job I should run? And the path for sync job?
Authorization sync.
Authorization sync. No. Why authorization sync?
Actually, first user profile sync and then authorization sync, because the new user created should also reflect.
Yeah. So new user should reflect what is the, which is the sync job basically for user and roles.
It's a repository objects.
Repository object sync. So authorization sync is
First one
related
is
to what? Authorization sync is related to T codes, authorization objects, and SU24 data. So I did not do any changes in the T codes. I did not create a new T code, or I did not modify any T code. I did not add any new authorization object. I did not do any SU24 changes. So authorization sync is not needed. So repository object sync itself is enough. So user, role, profiles. So all the three are available here. So one sync job is enough. So this is our system name, EC1 client 200. Incremental sync is enough. Program execute in background. So without running sync job, if you go and run the risk analysis, first of all, you do not find the user. So the sync job will not, the risk analysis will not be successful. So background job was scheduled and it will be happening. So meanwhile, let us go to NWBC and run the risk analysis. Access management. User level. So this is the path for risk analysis. In NWBC, you have to go for, after coming to NWBC, go for access management. Under access management, access risk analysis, there user level, because we are running risk analysis for user. Yeah. Now select the system name, in which system the user is present. This is the system EC1 client 200. User. Now search for the user. The user is bench So you can see the result, user is not yet loaded. Let us go and check the status and come back. What about the sync job? Is it successful or a failure? GRC 100. So we scheduled that as a background job. So I'm checking the background job. Is it finished or not? Is this finished? But to check if it is successful or not, go to SLG1 transaction. So this is used for troubleshooting. All the logs are will appear here. System log, complete system log. Whatever you do in GRC system or any system, SLG1 is a transaction. To check if any errors are there, just execute. Complete application log will be downloaded. Yeah, we have some problem here. You can see. So what is the problem? Error in EC1 client 200, reason invalid date. Invalid date. Some problem with the date. System time is the date is correct. Let us check the connection, RFC connection. Okay, RFC connection is fine. So something else is a problem here. Let me rerun the sync job again. It is successful now. Yeah, I don't know what caused the previous error. Some time matching. Okay, so now you will get the data because the sync job has successful run. System name EC1 200. Then now search for the user. So if you are not able to find the user, means first thing is sync job. So go and check the status of the sync job, if the sync job is successfully ran or not. If the sync job is not successfully run, check the error in SLG1, why it is getting cancelled. Go and check the RFC connection, and then again rerun once again if any fault is there. So to run the risk analysis, I don't need other values like all these things, user type and all those things. I need only the rule set name. This is my rule set name, bench, and I want to see the report format in detail, action level, permission level, both I want to see. And every time whenever I run the risk analysis, I need to enter the values like this. So I'm saving this as with a variant name. So next time when I come here, just instead of filling all the values like this, I just select the variant. So here you can see the variant, saved variant. This is my variant. Okay, now run in foreground. What all risks the user has according to our rule set, bench. Yeah, these are the risks. 1, 2, 5, 6, 9. Okay. So total how many risk rule IDs we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 rule IDs. No, it should be 6. Yeah, 6 are there. So why exactly 6 rule IDs have come? The risk ID is same, BNZ risk 1, but rule IDs are different. So according to these combinations, SCC4 combining with PFCG, SCC4 of client administration function, PFCG of security function, and this T code is coming from because of this role, and this T code is because of this role, and causing this combination 0001. So yesterday I have shown you the rule IDs, right? So total we have 12 rule IDs. Out of 12 rule IDs, this user has 6 rule IDs, means 6 combinations of the T codes which are risk causing. Okay, so any doubt here now in this concept, whatever we have done, how these rule IDs have come and why exactly these rule IDs have come? Why not, why 3 is missing here? Why 4 is missing? 2, after 2 we got 5, 6 and then 9. So we got 3 is missing, 4 is missing, 7 is missing, 8 is missing. So what is the reason for that? So any doubt so far? No doubts? Okay, let me show you the rules once. Yes?
Still one doubt.
Yeah, done.
In terms of okay, risk analysis,
Mhm.
we only do with user IDs or we do in terms of roles?
I'll come to
Because
that.
if at all
See,
we take an
yeah. See, first
organization with
priority is,
1,000 users are there.
first priority will be user level.
Okay.
Why user level? Is suppose whatever the way you ensure, how well you ensure there is no risk at a role level, correct? So at a one role level you can manage there is no risk, and the second role level also you can manage there is no risk. You can ensure the risk is not there. But when it comes to user, you assign multiple roles to users. So when you
Yes.
assign multiple roles to users, the T codes of one role combine with the T codes of other role and may cause a risk. Clear?
Yes.
I'll come to that again. So we are seeing currently only user level. So after this topic, we'll go to the role level as well. So currently we are seeing role level, user level. Okay, see, please let me know if you don't understand, because this is very, if you understand conceptually how this is coming, it is very easy. Otherwise, it will be very difficult for you to understand the remaining topics as well. So that keeps on piling up. So ask me whatever the doubt it is. Don't feel it may be silly or something. Everybody is new to GRC here, so not a problem. Whatever the doubt is, please ask me. Okay, I assume that no doubts because of the silence. So just I'll revisit the rule IDs. How many rules are there for this risk? So the document now. So this is what. So if you see in my rule set, this is my rule set. In my rule set, each combination will be a risk. And here this user also has such combinations. So he has all the three roles, three T codes of that security role, and then client administration. He has only two T codes, SCC4 and SCC5, but not SCCL and SCC9. And hence some rule IDs are missing in the report. So total 6. These two T codes plus these three T codes. So 2 into 3, 6. That is what user has. Risk causing combinations. And hence we are able to see the 6 rule IDs. Okay. Clear everyone?
The group is repeat once.
Pardon?
Could you please repeat once again?
Okay. So this is what rule set is, right? We designed like this. These are the two functions, and we said this is the risk ID because of these T codes and these functions. And this is what user has. So just compare what user has with this. So here SCCL and SCC9 are risk causing T codes in the client administration function, but user does not have those T codes. Instead, user has some other T codes, SCC7 and SCC1, which are not part of your function. So I cannot consider these two T codes because they are not risk. They do not. The user does not have access to these T codes. User has access to these two plus these three. So total 2 into 3, 6 combinations, and hence we are seeing in the report he has 6 combinations of risks, 6 rule IDs.
So does it mean the rule IDs which are missing, say suppose if at all rule ID 3 is missing, so
Yeah.
that is assigned to SCCL.
Okay, let me open that rule ID and show you once. You'll get clarity. Let me keep this report as it is. And so to see the rules, go to setup. What are the rules related to your risk ID? Access rule details, or you can go and generate again once again to see them. the risk IDs. So I'm searching the rules here now to show you the rules IDs. Action rules. Okay, what is 0003 combination? SCC 9 plus PFCG. Okay, does user has that combination? According to this document, does user has that combination?
No, it does
No. Hence, the 0003 is not visible in the report. Same way, 0004 is also not visible. SCCL plus PFCG. User does not have access to the T code SCCL. See here. So it is not it is not combining with PFCG. So it is not a risk. 5 is visible because SCC4 plus PFUD is there for user. 6 is visible. SCC5 plus PFUD. 7 is not visible. SCC9 plus PFUD because user does not have access to SCC9. 8 is also not visible because user does not have access to SCCL. But 9 is visible to user. SCC4 plus SU01 and A is also visible. SCC5 plus SU01. And B and C are also not visible because user does not have access to SCC9 and SCCL. So wherever you have SCCL and SCC9, user is not having those T codes. Hence those will be skipped from the showing in the report. Okay, clear everyone? Clear everyone? How this data has come, how these risks have come now. That is what we are explaining.
One more thing, rule ID is never repeated, right? Though across modules also. Rule ID remains the same, right?
For this risk ID, this will not change. For risk ID 2, BNZ underscore risk 2, if you create another risk ID, again the rule ID will repeat, right? It again starts from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For risk ID 3, again it starts from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you have to map both of them. For this risk ID, this is the rule ID.
If at all risk 2 is there, and BNZ underscore 2 is there, again it will start with 001.
Yes, exactly.
002.
There BNZ underscore risk 2 is because of two different functions. It is not security and client administration. It may be related to some other function.
And one more thing, today here execution count is there, right? 000. So
Yeah.
going forward, will we have any use of this execution count?
So execution count is like whether user has executed these T codes or not. So whether this user, bench user, did he execute this T code? Last executed on. It will show that report as well. Okay. Any other doubts? And in the report, if you observe correctly, the role name is being given, showing that this T code is a part of this role. And if this role is part of any composite role, even that is also shown here. if it is a part of any composite rule. Okay, right. So now let us see the other type of risk. We have seen the SOD risk at action level. Now let us see at permission level. So execute the report, and then here itself you can choose type is action level. Now go for permission level. So though I did not put any permissions, it will simply take s_t code tcd. It will just convert the t code in the form of authorization object tcd and value. Because I did not enable or I did not make active any of them. Okay, so let us now go and enable some of the values related to these T codes, which you consider they are the important values, authorization values, and then again rerun the risk analysis and see the report how it looks now. There is no difference actually if you see here now. 1, 2, 5, 6 and 9 and A. So A is also there at the bottom, 6 combinations again. Just T codes have been converted into authorization objects and then showing in the report. So let us go and enable some values at the function level and then come back and check here.
Today, one question.
Yeah.
Okay. When we created a business process and then we created functions and the related risk,
Yeah.
we have a given T codes, I mean actions which will the check, which will the GRC system will check whether risk will be generated or not, right?
So we are telling to GRC, we are documenting in GRC system, if this combination is there for a user, then show as risk. That is what we are documenting here.
Okay, yeah. So we have did that in Ben's functions, right? Ben's function 1 and function 2.
Yes, exactly. These are the two functions,
Okay.
CA and
My
security.
question is,
Yeah.
my question is, where did we suggest that it should be a medium risk, it should be a high risk? Where did we suggest?
When you are creating a risk ID yesterday, I have shown you, right? It is
Okay.
asking what is the level of the risk. When we are creating the risk ID, I'm talking about. So when you create, click on create risk IDs. There is a field here. It is asking for level. Here you have. So when you are creating the risk itself, you need to define which level is it.
Okay, sir.
Okay, right. So now I am going back to the functions, and in the functions I am now going to the permissions now. So I am enabling some permissions related to PFCG, which are considered to be critical. So from PFCG, if you think from PFCG point of view, so this value should be active. Means this is the value which gives access to create a role. s_user_agr activity value 01. Create a role, or even this value modification of a role, activity 02. So that is the important values for PFCG. And then I'm going for the another T code, SU01. I'm leaving PFUD as it is, not touching S. So from SU01 point of view, the main duty of SU01, what the duty which we perform in SU01 is user creation, user modification, user deletion. So those values you need to highlight here. So user creation, s_user_grp, or so the condition between the two of them is R. Creation or modification of the user. Even if you want to put 5 also, you can put this also an active. That is lock and delete. 6 delete and 5 lock. So 03 we never put it as active because having display access to any user is not a risk. Having modify access, having create access is a risk. Okay, clear everyone? Right. So I have enabled values for two T codes, PFCG and SU01, and
So in terms of OR, could you please
yeah,
explain once again? OR.
what is that?
OR condition.
Okay, if you don't put R there, what happens is the system will consider AND condition. So AND condition means it will take activity 01 plus 02. Only then is it a risk, or having only creation access or modification access is a risk. So if you put AND, system will check for both values, activity 01 plus activity 03, 02. If you put OR condition, let me show you here. So for example, SCC4. For SCC4, I am putting here activity 01 active or 02, and the condition between them two is OR. So one user has activity 01, other user has activity 02, third user has both the values. So if you put under which user has risk and which user does not have a risk. Got my question?
No, not exactly.
So user 1 is having activity ACT value 01. User 2 is having ACT value 02 only, whereas user 3 is having both ACT value 01 and comma 02. So in my risk ID, now coming back to my risk ID, if I put like this, and what is the condition? And if I save this, out of these three, which user has a risk? These three users. If I put AND condition between 01 and 02.
User 3.
So you mean to say user 1 is not having a risk?
No, because he is having only one activity.
So this is not, I'm saying, okay, this is the risk, right? SU01 plus SCC4 is a risk according to T code level, correct?
Yes.
Yesterday just I discussed according to document, this one. Now tell me. SU01 display, SCC4 display, is it a risk?
No.
No.
SU01 display, SCC full access, is it a risk?
No.
No.
So that is what we are doing here itself now. So that is what I am saying here. If user has under SU01 activity value 01 or 02, it could be any value. And SCC4 also under that object activity 01 or 02. Creation and modification of a client. Creation and modification of user. So if you put AND, only user 3 will have risk. If you put OR, all the three users have risk.
Yes, sir. Got it. Yes.
Clear everyone?
Yeah.
So don't assume only for this T code point of view. You should combine with other T code of other function. When these values of this T code combines with the other function T code of that values, only then it is a risk. So let me show you. I'll keep it here. One example, I'll keep it as 1 and then we'll see. So now this is, I'm keeping activity R. Save this for SEC4, and for SEC5 I'll make one value. I'm enabling one value, this one. This is a object related to client independent tables modification. So I'm saving that now. Now let us generate the rules once again. You can also generate the rules from this function level also. Confirm. This is action rules. No change in the action rules. Now go to permission rules. So see the permission rules now. System will look for these combinations now. S underscore T code, TCD, SEC4 with these values. S underscore turbo underscore this activity 02 or activity 01. Combining with PFCG, S underscore user underscore 01 or 02. So only when this user has these combinations, then only it will show as a risk 1. So these are the rules now in terms of permission values. Now let me run risk analysis for the user for permission level. User level. Now this is, instead of filling all the fields again, I'll go for variant. This is the variant concept. Bench user 1. So the values will be filled. Run in foreground. This is action level. He has 1, 2, 5, 6, 9 and A. 6 combinations. Now let us run at permission level. Search for permission level. So user has all these values. Which role is having that value also, it is shown. So complete set of values. For second, what is 5, what is values. So these are the 5 values. Yeah, any doubt here? User is having all the rule IDs again. Suppose if I go back into backend system and if I remove some of the values, for example, let me remove this value. What is that? Client admin X. So this 6 will disappear from, user will not have 6 anymore. So backend, I'll go GRC 200. In the client admin role, modify authorizations, change authorization data. Here I'll just remove that X value. So this I am removing now. So according to the, this is what is there for user and hence it is showing as a risk. Now 6 will disappear. So generate this. So run the sync job again because I have done the changes in the role level. EC1 incremental sync execute in background. Done. Now go back and rerun the risk analysis. User level. Variant. Run in foreground. This is action level 6 is appearing, rule ID, because SCC5 plus PFUD combination. And 02 is also appearing SCC5 plus, but here if you go to permission level, 2 has disappeared and even 6 will disappear. So 6 is disappeared, 2 disappeared. Why? That client admin X value is not available to user. So how many rule IDs are there now at permission level? 1, 5, 9, 3 rule IDs gone. So 3 rule IDs are gone, but when you go to action level, you see all the rule IDs, 6 rule IDs are there. So this indicates user does not have access to delete a client, but action level is showing that as a risk. The permission level is giving you the exact data. So you know that the user is not having complete full access to SCC5. Only T-code access is there, but he cannot delete a client. So action level will not check in the deeper level of authorization objects. It checks on the top level, just the T-codes. But when you go to permission level, it goes deeper into the authorization objects and checks for the specific values. When that value is missing, that will not be shown as a risk. Clear, everyone? So which is better option, permission level or action level, to find out the exact risks?
Permission level.
So permission level is giving you the accurate results. Okay, clear, everyone? So today we have seen the concept of SOD risk at 2 levels, action level and permission level. Yeah, any doubts so far in the today's class? Okay. So I'll stop it here today for today's class. So in the next class will be the next type of risks. We have seen only one type of risk, SOD risk at 2 levels. Next, critical action risk and critical permission risk that we'll see. So we'll have next class on Monday. Actually, I'll be out of station for next 3 days. So